Hello everyone, today we're looking at Ticket to Ride Paris, which is the brand new version in the franchise of Ticket to Ride. It's one of the small city boxes. This one plays in around 10 to 15 minutes with 2 to 4 players. Let's go over roughly how the game plays as well as the Paris twist that this one brings, and then I'll give you my pros and cons. And just know that the game was provided to me for this review. So what is Ticket to Ride Paris all about? Well, as in any Ticket to Ride game, you are trying to connect destination points across the map, which is, in this case, across Paris. Though there aren't train routes in this one, there are bus routes for you to claim, and you're going to do that by trading in sets of coloured cards to claim routes on the board that hopefully link up the destinations on your destination cards. You're going to do this across a number of turns, and then hopefully maybe you've linked up the Eiffel Tower to Bastille, and that's what you were aiming to do, and that's going to get you a load of points. So on an actual turn, you've got a few options to you. You can draw cards from the market. Now the market's in sort of two parts. There's the draw pile and the face-up market. If you draw from the face-up cards, you're allowed to take 2 standard cards, or if there is a multicoloured bus, you can take just that one card. You can also draw from the top of the deck and get random cards, and if either of those from the top of the deck are buses, you're allowed to keep them. You take those cards from the market and you add them into your hand for use on a later turn. Then play goes clockwise round the table. Perhaps you've gained cards on previous turns and now you're ready to actually claim something. Well, you look on the board and it's got loads of coloured routes. Let's say you look at the board and you want to claim the route between Notre Dame and Bastille. You can use either 2 yellow cards or 2 white cards to do this. And on a turn you would be playing them from your hand into a discard pile and then moving your buses from your personal supply and placing them onto the game board. Now you can, instead of using say 2 yellows, use 1 yellow and a bus, one of those wild coloured cards, or even 2 buses. Note that in a 2-player game, once one of those 2 next to each other routes has been claimed, so in this case from Notre Dame to Bastille, if the white route or the yellow route is claimed, the other one cannot be used. However, in a 3 and 4-player game, someone can still use the other route there, but one player can never use both routes. Claiming routes has to be done in full, so you couldn't on one turn play 1 yellow card and then on a later turn play another yellow card to try and claim that route. So you do need to do it all on one turn. And you can also only claim 1 route on a turn, so if you wanted to go from Bastille onwards, that would have to be on a future turn. Depending on the number of buses that you add to the board, you're going to score points. 1 bus for a 1 route is 1 point, 2 is 2 points, but 3 is 4 points. So if you do manage to claim one of the longer routes on this board of 3, then you do get a little bonus for doing so. The twist for this Paris map is that when you claim a route of white, red or blue, if you don't already have one of those cards in front of you, when putting cards into the discard pile, you hold 1 back and put it down in front of you. When you have 1 white, 1 red and 1 blue, you make the French flag from it. It's Bastille Day and you get a bonus 4 points for doing so. You can score this bonus 4 points for making a flag as many times as you can throughout the game, but you can only ever be working on 1 flag at a time. The last thing that you can do on a turn, instead of taking cards into hand, playing cards from your hand to claim routes on the board, is to take a destination ticket. These are point scoring opportunities and show you 2 locations on the map that you want to link together. Whenever you draw destination tickets, be it at the start of the game during setup or during play, you draw 2 from the top of the destination deck. You have to keep one of them, but you are allowed to choose to keep both. If you do discard one, you just return it to the bottom of the deck. The game goes around the table until the game end is triggered, and that is when one player has only 2 or fewer buses left in their supply. At this point, everyone's going to get one final turn, and then it's time to do final scoring. Summing up all the points, both the ones you've earned during the game and from those destination tickets after the game, whoever has the most points wins. If there's a tie, whoever's done the most destination tickets wins. And if there's still a tie, the victory is shared. So that's how you play Ticket to Ride Paris, and the little twist of scoring for the French flags. But there are actually a couple of little twists that eagle-eyed viewers may have spotted. First of all, there are no grey routes in Ticket to Ride Paris. None on the entire board. Now, I don't think there's been another map that has ever done this before. Grey routes typically in Ticket to Ride allow you to use a set of any colour, but that is not possible on this board. Also, every single, let's say, yellow route is too long. There is no deviation. Every blue route, for instance, is 1 in length. There are no 3 or 2 length blue routes. And, well, that's a little interesting. First of all, the lack of the grey routes, well, that means you're very much tied into what the board is offering, and you don't have the opportunity to spend sort of other colours, like blue, for instance, in a big amount on a turn. It does feel like claiming a white route is never different from claiming one of the other ones, apart from where it is on the board. It's an interesting twist that, well, it's just different. I don't think it's necessarily better or worse, although I do always like the opportunity in the bigger games for, you know, and on that last turn, being able to spend, say, a load of one colour to claim just a big route somewhere and gain a load of points. Well, if you've only, say, got white cards in your hand, a 2 route is all you're going to be able to do. So you can't necessarily look around and find, oh, I've got one white card, where can I use it? Well, if you've only got one, you don't have that opportunity. Some people, well, they might find it restricting, but I think it does work, therefore, with that Bastille French flag scoring. Because it does mean that you need to claim some of those smaller routes as well as one of those 2 routes before you can get that 4 flags, 4 bonus points for that flag. I also like the fact that you're always working on one. So if you're trying to claim a load of red routes, it's not helping you towards those bonus points, so it just drags you away sometimes from what you're wanting to do for your destination tickets and wanting to get that bonus scoring. And you're not going to manage to do this loads. Maybe you'll get it 2 times in a game, and you'll almost certainly score that sort of bonus points once in a game. You'd actually almost have to go out of your way not to do it once, but trying to get it done more than twice in a game, you're going to struggle unless you're really just going for those bonus points. I really like the visual appearance of the Paris map and cards. I love the fact that there's like a bicycle is one of the colours. I love that it is buses. These city boards do things a little bit different. For instance, the Amsterdam one had those carts. I like that these are a bit different. It just brings a bit more visual difference from the bigger Ticket to Ride games. And it's just that nicety that really draws the eye in and draws the attention of maybe others walking past, maybe wanting to get involved. And Ticket to Ride Paris is one of those small city map boards, which means it's perfect for getting people involved that maybe would be put off by a 60-minute normal Ticket to Ride game. That's really who these are aimed at. They are aimed at families where kids may have shorter attention spans, or people that aren't into the hobby. And while many people would say that Ticket to Ride itself is a gateway game, this is another one of those quick ways that you can get someone playing a game with very simple rule set, and the game is done and over in a short period of time. So it means that new people don't have to invest loads of time to get some enjoyment. It's also a small box, so you can combine that quick playtime and portability and take it somewhere that maybe you wouldn't be able to fit in a full hour Ticket to Ride game, but you can sort of get that bit of buzz of claiming routes with the set collection of coloured cards throughout a very short period of time, but still kind of captures that Ticket to Ride-ness. As a huge Ticket to Ride fan, I do prefer the longer experiences. The ability to claim a route that's 6 or 7 long, that you've spent a bit longer sort of investing time, collecting this set of cards, throwing it down and getting maybe 14, 20 points. And that's just not something you're going to get from this sort of line of Ticket to Ride city games, and it's the same with Paris. The maximum points for putting stuff down on the board you're going to get is 4 points. Those destination tickets, yeah, they do range, but you're not going to get very many that are scoring you even 6 points. That's good for the balance of this smaller game, but it does mean you don't sort of get that buzz of huge scores that you've worked on for half an hour or whatever, but you are investing less time. So hopefully that will let you know, do you want to be playing something that's going to give you that quick, small Ticket to Ride bite, or do you want the whole cake and play Ticket to Ride Europe, that sort of thing? So overall, I've really enjoyed playing Ticket to Ride Paris. It does give you that sort of small bite-sized version of Ticket to Ride to play and enjoy. You get to claim routes, you're taking coloured cards from the market, you're hoping the right colours come out to get you that set, to claim a route and then maybe complete your French flag for the bonus points. I like all of that. Some people may or may not like the slightly restrictive nature of this board with no grey routes and all routes of the same colour being the same length. But I think it just adds a slightly different dynamic that's not been seen on other Ticket to Ride games. This is really for families or people that just want that quick experience that gets you that feel without committing and investing a full hour to play the longer Ticket to Ride game. So if you're looking for that portability, that game to play at lunch that's giving you that flavour and that sort of easy gameplay, well, Ticket to Ride Paris very much could be a game for you. And, well, there's other games in the Ticket to Ride even cities series. There's London, New York, Amsterdam, San Francisco. So there's many other ones for you to try out as well. Hopefully this review has helped you know if Ticket to Ride Paris is going to be a game for you and for your collection. It might even be the one that starts your board gaming collection. So hopefully it's helped. Let me know if it has in the comment section below. Let me know what you think of Ticket to Ride as a franchise while you're there. And until next time, have a Ticket to Ride filled good day.